They're basically just playing teams that were above 500 last year, and they performed pretty well. But this homestand in particular, you have the Dodgers and the Padres, who the Dodgers have the best record in baseball, and the Padres are a half game back of the best record in baseball. The Braves are also 15-7 like the Padres. So some tough competition that's coming through Coors this week, and so far they've fared pretty well.
Rockies are 6-3 at home right now after having a difficult season at home. Well, it was just difficult, period, but they had one of their most trying home records last year, trying to be much better, and so far so good here in 2026. We're ready for the first pitch. Ohtani left on left with Quintana. Jose's first pitch, a breaking ball, is fouled. Bank of Colorado brings us our first pitch. They're committed to the people, businesses, and community to call this state home. Colorado-based, Colorado-focused. We're here to grow with you. Bank of Colorado, the official bank of the Colorado Rockies. Pitch just a little bit off the outside, a ball and a strike on Ohtani, who has gone 5 for 14 in the series. 3 of the 5 hits have been doubles. Quintana kicks, and the 1-1 is fouled back towards us. Dodgers will go back to California, but they'll be in San Francisco to play the Giants in their next series. Quintana again lets that clock wind down. Now the 1-2 is outside. You can strike Ohtani out. He has struck out this season 18 times. He likes to swing the bat. He does walk, though, too. He has walked 14 times. 2-2. Yanked foul. Does a good job on an off-speed pitch away to hook it foul. When he first arrived, I remember watching him play, especially in the games that he played with the Angels against the Rockies. And he had tremendous opposite field power. 2-2 pitch is hit foul. And it was almost the approach. He was letting the ball travel and just was so strong he could drive a ball to left center field. He can still do that, but I'd say over the last couple of seasons, he pulls the ball a lot more than he did when he first arrived. Another 2-2. He pulls it to the right side, backing up Johnston at first base. He'll flip it to Quintana, who dropped the ball. For the second time in this series, a ground ball by Ohtani to first base results in an error to let Ohtani reach.
I was worried about it as I was watching this come in because this throw is up just below the letters of Quintana, but he tried to catch it with his palm facing up on his glove as if it was really low, and it ends up just hitting off of his palm and off his body and then away from him instead of turning his thumb over and catching it normally.
So he is aboard, Ohtani, on the error. They're going to charge the error to Quintana on the muffed catch. And after missing on the first pitch to Alex Call, Jose misses the next one. I mean, it's a rule against anybody, but especially the Dodgers. Extra outs, throw to first, and Ohtani dives back in safely. He has not attempted a steal yet. This is a guy who, of course, has stolen 165 bases in his major league career. 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike. You got to try and read body language with Adam Beck. I thought that was going to be a strike. He took a rather leisurely approach to making the call. There goes Ohtani. The pitch is high, throw to second, and he's in there. So Ohtani taking advantage of the air to be on base is now in scoring position with a 3-1 count on Alex Call. He's a big man, but he gets moving quickly. 3-1. Rounded to third. Karros will look the runner back. Kyle across the diamond. They get called for the first out. Probably if Ohtani was still at first, you might have gotten the lead man, but Call runs well enough. Not likely they could have turned two, but they get the out and kept Ohtani at second. Now Will Smith. And the Dodger catcher takes a little bit low, apparently. Ball one. Smith with an RBI hit yesterday. 11 RBIs on the year, hitting .303. They'll send it in the air to right. Going back, Freeman. Shy of the warning track. Tyler will make the catch. Ohtani will tag and advance to third. But now 2 outs for the Dodgers.
Good job attacking the strike zone and just letting your defense make a play. Freeman initially froze, had to go back on it, but never a doubt that he was going to make that grab.
So Teoscar Hernandez back in the cleanup spot will face Quintana. Right-handed batter against the Rockies lefty, and the opening pitch is in there for a strike. We started at 6:43 Mountain Time. 78 degrees at first pitch. Time and temp brought to us by Advanced Exteriors. They'll provide you peace of mind should storms damage your home. 0-1 pitch in there for a called strike two. Almost looked like Hernandez was looking for anything but the fastball there. And he's down 2 strikes. Ohtani down the line at third. The 0-2 on the plate but low, and a good take by the veteran. 11 seasons now in the big leagues. This actually his 12th for Teoscar, and a really solid career. 1-2 pitch. Check swing, and again it's just a little bit low. A home run derby winner, Hernandez, a couple of seasons back. 2-2. Rounded toward short. Tovar scoops, throws, and gets him. So the air does no damage for Quintana. Bottom of the first inning, no score despite an opening error. The Rockies kept the Dodgers from scoring. Now it's Jordan Beck who swings and misses against Robleski for strike one. Jordan trying to find some rhythm. He looks at strike two. When you're going in the wrong direction, every time you look up, it snowballs in 2 strikes. He is 5 for 41 on the year, and he's looking for his first hit here at home, where he hit over 300 last year. He'll hit it hard, and there will be the first hit at Coors Field, down the left field line into the corner. Hernandez tracks it down, but it's a leadoff double for Jordan Beck.
2 for 4 in the career coming in against Robleski. He's hit the ball hard against him, and you love that Warren Schaefer just puts him at the top of the order, give him a chance to hit off Robleski a couple of times. Got a breaking ball that was down. He does a nice job staying back on it, caught the barrel, and just drove it right by a diving Muncie, and that's got to feel good for Beck.
For Jordan, his second double of the year. Now Brenton Doyle laid down a beautiful bunt, pinch hitting yesterday, and takes a pitch high, and Will Smith's going to challenge it. Pitch was right at the top of the zone. And in fact, in the zone.
Strike. Los Angeles has 2 challenges remaining.
3/4 of the baseball in the strike zone at the top. So 0-1 on Brenton, hitting .217 on the year. He'll send it out of play down the right side. It's 0-2. Talking with Troy Johnston in the Rockies Q&A show yesterday, and then just talking to players in general. 0-2 to Brenton is high, 1-2 on Doyle. He just said, you just have to realize that Warren and the coaching staff, they're going to try and find the best matchups and what they think is best for getting victories. And Brenton drives this up the alley in left center field. It'll go to the wall. Home comes Jordan Beck. Doyle thinking 3, but he'll hold with an RBI double. 2 batters, 2 balls smoked, and the Rockies lead it 1-0.
Yeah, those aren't cheap doubles at all. That ball exploded off the bat at Doyle. He is so strong that when he squares it up like that, it is a loud pop when it hits the bat. I'm sure you guys could all hear that, but right into the left center field gap. It rattles up in the deepest part of the ballpark. Both of those pitches, the doubles so far, came on the slider down in the zone that the Rockies have just dropped the barrel head on.
The Rockies score first for the first time in the series. A little cute shot off the bat of Hunter Goodman to the right side. He broke his bat, but he did advance the runner to third with 1 out. Boy, did that bat explode on that swing.
Got a job done, though, and it looks like Freeman is not going to hit here. It's going to be T.J. Rumfield. Warren Schaefer just went out to make that change.
And of course, Tyler Freeman has to deal with those chronic back issues, and perhaps something flared up, and so he is scratched after being out in the field in the top of the inning. Made a catch out near the warning track, but maybe swinging a bat or something in the on-deck circle or down at out of sight in the tunnel. It acted up enough that Tyler has to leave, and now Robleski gets a left-on-left with Rumfield. TJ will probably stay in the game at first base, and Troy Johnston will move to right field. Dodgers bring the infield in. And Robleski misses outside, left on left with TJ. He's hitting .253, couple of homers, 10 RBIs. 1-0 Rockies, 1 out. Doyle at third, bottom of the first. And again, a pitch misses. Good take by TJ. Started to think about it, and Dodgers appealed, but James Jean, the umpire at third, said no swing. Robleski, that glove right up against his body. The pitch is swung on and hit to first. Now they've got Doyle hung up. And Brenton is going to be tagged out. Good play by Dalton Rushing. I don't know how much first base he's played in his career, but Brenton started down the line, and it had more pace, I think, than he thought. And it was not going to work. Unfortunately, T.J. Rumfield didn't break to second with everybody else away. So Doyle is out on a fielder's choice 3-2-5. As he Ezekiel Tovar will foul it away. So a missed opportunity there for the Rockies. Short lead for Rumfield at first. And it's hit up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman, and what a throw by Espinal from the edge of the outfield grass. He throws out Tovar. Rockies get a run. 1-0 they lead it after one on the KOA Rockies. 1-0 Rockies as we move into the second inning. Andy Paez swings at the first pitch, hits it on two bounces to Tovar at short, and Ezekiel throws him out. Quite an exciting first inning brought to us by Treetop. From the batter's box to the lunchbox, nothing crushes hunger like Treetop applesauce, the official applesauce of the Colorado Rockies. Max Muncy has had a good series for the Dodgers with 6 hits. They came in games 1 and game 3. The Rockies held them in check in the ball game on Saturday night. Pitch to him, swing and a miss. It's a ball and a strike on Muncy. 2 homers, a double, and 3 RBIs. All of that came in the Friday night Dodger win. Pitch, and he is trying to tie up the ball game, and he has. Muncy on a hanging swerve ball gets his 7th homer. They've all been solo homers. He ties the game at 1.
Yeah, Quintana's been hurt on that slurve so far this year. He left it up, and Muncy, who's seeing beach balls right now at the plate, isn't going to miss that one. That stayed middle, and he unloaded. He's now 7 for 14 in the series with 3 home runs and a double. 411 feet.
1-1 game with 1 out here in the second. Miguel Rojas, the shortstop, veteran against veteran here with Quintana low for a ball. Quintana 15 years in baseball and Rojas 13. 1-0 pitch. This is driven to deep left. Going back is Beck, and it's back-to-back homers for the Dodgers. Miguel Rojas gets his first home run of the year. And the Dodgers, who have hit now 39 home runs, take the lead.
This time went to the fastball, and it was on the inner half. Rojas kept his hands inside and drove it out of here. That's his first home run since he hit the Game 7 tying home run in the 9th inning against the Blue Jays in the World Series.
Guys being aggressive against Quintana in this inning. Taking a pitch there is Espinal, and it's in for a strike. Ball down, 1 ball, 1 strike for Quintana. He had allowed 1 homer in his first 8 innings, but first 9 innings, including the first inning tonight, but back-to-back shots here in the second with 1 out. Here's a ball driven to right. Johnston going back. He's got room. He'll grab it several steps shy of the warning track for out number 2. Let's pause for station identification on the KOA Rockies radio network. Two outs in the Dodgers second. Dalton Rushing, who hit a home run while in the catcher's spot earlier in the series, playing first base tonight. Freddie Freeman gone with the paternity leave. Rushing, fouling the first pitch away. He's had 5 homers in 22 at-bats this year. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Quick time for Rushing. He's now back into the box. Quintana trying to end the frame. Outside and low. Shift on the infield. Towards the right. 1-2 pitch swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. But the Dodgers go deep twice. They lead it here in the second, 2-1 on the KOA Rockies radio network. Two to one, the Dodgers have the lead. Bottom of the second inning. It'll be Troy Johnston, Willie Castro, Kyle Karros against Justin Robleski, who gave up back-to-back doubles to Beck and Doyle for the Rockies run. Troy Johnston takes an opening strike. Another wonderful game yesterday for Troy, and there's a strike 2 call on the outside edge. 5 for 11 in the series with 3 of the 5 hits, doubles. Robleski works from the stretch, and the 0-2's up and in. Yeah, really just a glove sitting at the belt. He raises his right leg and strides down the hill and lets it fly. 1-2 is tapped foul. Doug Bernier, Rockies' first base coach, will flip that into the stands for a souvenir for somebody. Outfield playing to the left, big gap in right center. This one goes down the left side, out of play, foul. Warren Schaefer had 2 left-handed hitters in the starting lineup in Sullivan and Johnston. Upstairs and inside, 2-2. And when Tyler Freeman had to leave the game, T.J. Rumfield became the 3rd portside slugger to be inserted into the lineup, and that brushed against Troy Johnston. Well, Troy thought it did. Did the umpire not think so? Apparently, Adam Beck didn't think it hit him. It was hard to tell from that replay that Zach and I are looking at. And apparently not. Rockies won't challenge. It was hard to tell. So it's a full count on Troy Johnston. And strike 3 called on a pitch down. And I don't think Troy thought that was a strike, but it's a strikeout for Robleski, his first of the night. Willie Castro, switch hitter, batting right-handed. He'll take a strike from Robleski. Willie at .217, has a homer, 8 RBIs, had a hit yesterday, first day back after missing some games after being hit by a pitch. Foul ball back by us, actually hit one of the wires that holds up the backstop and kicked off in a different direction. Robleski's pitch is high and away. 1-2 is cued to the right side and through for a base hit. He got jammed by Robleski, but the second baseman Espinal was so far up the middle, it just rolled through the infield. It's hit number 3 for the Rockies.
When you look through all the hard outs you hit in across the year, you also got to remember sometimes you get hits off of pitches that left your hand stinging like crazy.
Kyle Karros. Kyle with a big day yesterday. Looks at a breaking ball low. He's had a good weekend. He's 2 for 6 at the plate. His first homer of the year. He's walked 3 times. Made that fabulous play of the game Saturday night. He gets jammed and rolls it foul up the third base side. A ball and a strike. The Rockies Radio Network is powered by Chevron. At Chevron, we're committed to safely delivering affordable, reliable, ever-cleaner energy that enables human progress and powers Colorado forward. That's energy in progress. Pitch is hit towards center, but Pages started in, now goes back, had to reach up and grab that ball, but makes the catch for the second out. It felt like that ball was hit a little bit harder than the way Pages was moving, but he's a solid defender. He adjusted and made the play. That helpless feeling as an outfielder when you think you're on a ball and all of a sudden it's going to fly by. Brett Sullivan left on left. He'll swing and hit it up the middle for a base hit. On his way to third goes Castro, and he's in with a headfirst slide. Pages raced in to get to that ball, fired it to Muncy, but Willie, who runs the bases so well, in there at third on the Sullivan single.
You have to be so sure as a base runner that you're going to be able to get there with 2 outs, and Willie was. This was an excellent throw from Pages. It really couldn't have been any better, and he was still safe by a couple of feet. Maybe it was a little offline, but even if it was right on target, Willie would have been in.
So a 2-out opportunity for the Rockies. Jordan Beck, who led off the game with a double down the line in left and scored the Rockies' run, swings at an off-speed pitch and fouls it to the backstop. First hit of the year at Coors Field for Jordan. High with a fastball, evens the count. One. Hit sharply, but handled by the shortstop Rojas. He will flip to second. They get the force on Sullivan. Top of the third inning, top of the Dodgers lineup in this 2-1 LA lead. Ready to call the action, Zach Goodman.
2-1 LA. Jose Quintana facing Shohei Ohtani for the second time. He's first pitch swinging. He'll slice it foul, third base side. 0-1. Shohei hit a ground ball to first base in his first at bat, and the flip from Johnston just handcuffed Quintana. Turned into an E1. He was stranded at third. Out of the windup, Quintana. Real slow. The pitch down and away. It's 1-1. 5 for 15 in the series as a trio of doubles. The 4-time MVP at the plate. The 1-1 pitch to him is just below the zone. Sun beginning to set, none of it hitting the playing field anymore. Solid crowd here on a Monday evening. 2-1 pitch. Quintana rocks and delivers a strike. 2-2. Everybody's always paying attention when 1-7 in gray comes to the plate. It's 2-2 on him. The pitch lined into right field. It won't hold up for Johnston. He has to plate on a hop, and Shohei Ohtani has a leadoff single which extends his on-base streak to 52 games.
He does such a remarkable job. That was a pitch down and away, knee high, might have been below the knees, and not only did he get enough barrel on it, he was able to hook it.
Some guys just have it, and he certainly has a unique ability to hit pitches like that. First pitch to Alex Call is pulled foul. He grounded out to first his first time. So getting his streak up to 52 games, he trails Sean Green by just one game now. He had a 53-game on-base streak during the 2000 season for the LA Dodgers. A pitch over to first unsuccessful. That's the longest streak in LA Dodgers history. Duke Snider had a 58-game streak when the ball club was still in Brooklyn. 0-1 is off the plate away. 1-1. It's also now tied for the second longest on-base streak in the majors since 2005. Shin-Soo Choo, Kevin Millar both had 52 along with Shohei right now. 1-1 pitch is down. It's 2-1. Only guy he's trailing, Orlando Cabrera, in 2006, reached base in 63 consecutive ball games. Quintana at the belt. 2-1 to call. Line drive into left field. That's a base hit. Beckfield's on one hop and throws a sidearm running throw into the infield. Honestly, did a pretty nice job to keep that ball in front of him. It was hit well off the bat of Call. The first two have singled here in the third for Will Smith coming to the plate. Smith 4 for 11 in the series, flew out to right field in his first at bat. It put his batting average below 300 now at 299. First pitch to him. Pours in a strike. 0-1. Infield to pull against Smith. Holds his hands out over the plate, away from his body. The pitch is another breaking ball. This time it's below the knees. 1-1.
He is such a good situational hitter. I mean, obviously has power, but just always seems to take the right approach based on the circumstances of that particular at-bat. And you can almost see him knowing he could pull a left-handed pitcher, but thinking, I'm taking this to right center field.
Hits on the ground to third. Caros can't come up with it. Shohei is, around third and scored. Going to third base is Call. And an error cost the Rockies big time. That looked like it was going to be a double play off the bat.
Certainly you were going to get the lead runner, and I'm wondering if Kyle just took a peek to see where Ohtani was, and a ball that he fields hundreds of times, he just missed it.
He took a step to his right initially and then fielded the ball, or at least attempted to field the ball, off his body to the left, almost as if he misjudged where that ball was going to be off the bat. And Caros, who's so reliable defensively, has a costly mistake there.
His second error of the season.
So now Teoscar Hernandez, who's 0 for 9 in the series, coming to the dish. And he is able to hold up, checked his swing on a pitch that missed down. 1-0. Grounded out to short. His first trip. Rockies trailing 3-1 now to the Dodgers here in the top of the third. First and third, nobody out. Quintana deals. And this pitch misses as well. I thought Hernandez might have gone around, but he was able to hold up once again. 2-0. Quintana steps off the back of the rubber. Perhaps wants to get a new pitch here from Brett Sullivan. Ohtani led off with the single. He came around to score. Paul singled as well. He's at third. Will Smith's at first. He reached on the air. This is a fly ball down the right field line. It is going to get into the crowd. 2-1. This is the first time Quintana is starting at Coors Field as a Rocky. The last time he pitched at Coors came all the way back in 2022 as a Cardinal. So it's been some time. On the ground towards short. Tovar will flip to second for one. Castro on to first. It's a double play. The run will score from third base. The Rockies take the twin killing, but the Dodgers tally on another run. It's 4-1.
So you have both runs in this inning tainted by the error, and all the veteran Quintana can do is say, hey, I just control what I can control now, get out of the inning and look for my teammates to rally.
He did exactly what he needed to. Got a ground ball, got the double play. Andy Pages to the plate. First pitch to him is off. It's 1-0. Grounded out to short his last time up. Pages, who leads the majors in batting average and RBIs, is second in OPS. The 1-0 pitch to him. And he pops it up on the infield. And I was going to say that he struggled in this series against the Rockies, and that will continue. It's caught by Willie Castro beyond the second base bag for the final out of the inning. 2 for the Dodgers in the top of the third. We'll go to the home half on the KOA Rockies. Brent Doyle leading things off for the Rockies here in the bottom of the third inning. They're trailing 4-1. First pitch nearly got him. He had to throw his hips and legs back and put his left arm down to stay upright as he jumped out of the way. It's 1-0. Brenton off of Justin Robleski, who's in his third inning of work. Hit a ball 109 miles an hour for a double his last time up. He might have another one here. It is just foul. It hit off the wall down the left field line. You could see the mark on the padding about 1.5 feet on the wrong side of the yellow line.
Yeah, stayed fair till the very end. Yeah, less than 2 feet for sure.
The Rockies have hit 5 balls for what the definition they use nowadays is a hard hit ball, over 95 miles an hour in the first 2 innings against Robleski. They're squaring him up. 1-1 pitch is down. It's 2-1. But the hardest hit ball of the game came from Doyle. Hit at 109 miles an hour, 405 feet into the left center field gap. 2-1 pitch is up and away, 3-1. It'll be Doyle, Goodman, and Rumfield here in the third. 3-1 pitch, and Doyle swinging away, fouls it back. And that's a pitch he'd like back as he jumped up in the air and turned his head, hit his bat against his knee a little bit. Now he gets back in the box. It's 3-2. Robleski kicks and deals. Foul ball. Registration is now open for Rockies youth camps. Roster spots are limited, so don't miss your chance. Go to Rockies.com/camp to sign up now. Payoff pitch, broken bat, one hopper towards short. Rojas has it. A couple crow hops before delivering it to Rushing for the first out of the inning. Hunter Goodman spun one towards second base in his first at bat. It was a productive out, but he grounded out to Espinal. First pitch swinging here. He pops it up high in the air down the right field line. Could be playable. Call is just in fair territory. He'll make the catch. So 2 away now. TJ Rumfield will come to the plate. He hit a ball really hard his last time up. Runner at third with just 1 out. The infield was playing in. He hit it over 100 miles an hour, but right to rushing, and he came to the plate and was able to get Doyle. So he's 0 for 1. Slightly open stance. First pitch swinging, fouls it back. It's 0-1. TJ was initially slated to have the day off today, but after playing the top of the first inning in right field, Tyler Freeman had to exit the game, and we've received word, which is better news than any injury. He's out with an illness. Rolled over towards first base. It just stays fair, and rushing collects it and steps on the bag for the final out of the inning. So the Rockies go down in order in the third. They trail 4-1 as we go to the fourth on the KOA Rockies Radio Network. 4-1 Dodgers, top of the fourth inning. Jose Quintana pumping his leg on the rubber, delivers the first pitch to the left-handed hitting Max Muncy. It's away, 1-0. Muncy 1 for 1 in the ball game. He homered to right field his first trip. He'll be followed by Miguel Rojas and Santiago Espinal. 1-0 pitch, down and away, 2-0. Muncy is red hot at the plate, 7 for 14 in the series with a double and 3 home runs. 2-0. Inside 3-0, and it's really such an anomaly. He's hit 7 home runs this year. All 7 of them have been solo shots. He only has 8 RBIs on the year. Compare that to Andy Pages, who's tied for the lead in RBIs this year. More on that in a moment. 3-0 pitch is off the plate away, ball 4. So 4-pitch walk, the first of the game from Quintana, brings up Miguel Rojas, who also homered his last time up. But Andy Pages has 5 home runs. He's had 2 2-run home runs and 3 3-run home runs.
Those will add up.
Put that in perspective, the Rockies haven't had a 3-run home run yet this season. They've had a lot of solos and 2-run shots. First pitch will be down to Rojas, 1-0. Quintana working out of the stretch now. Glove at the belt, the pitch, and it's going to be low, 2-0. So 6 consecutive from Quintana out of the strike zone to start the fourth. And Jose, throughout his career, is a guy who is known for his command. 4 walks in each of the first 2 outings for him, though, and now struggling to find it here in the fourth. He'll find the strike zone there, though. A fastball in, it's 2-1. Two-one pitch on the ground towards third. It turns foul about a couple feet away from the third base bag. It's 2-2. The Colorado Rockies Home Run 5K is back on Saturday, May 9th. Sign up online at Rockies.com/5K to secure your spot today. Dodgers went back-to-back for the first time this season when Rojas and Muncy combined for that back in the second. 2-2 pitch. Hard on the ground to the left side. Out of Tovar's reach. It's into left field for a base hit. So just as they did in the third inning, the first 2 have reached for the Dodgers here in the fourth.
Miguel Rojas rejuvenated in his second go-round with the Dodgers. He's getting some regular playing time with Mookie Betts on the IL. And from the Dodgers' perspective, just enough that'll keep him fresh from a baseball perspective to be a factor to play third sometimes, second sometimes.
Santiago Espinal will take a strike on the first pitch to him. Always been very dependable on the defensive side of the ball, has Miguel Rojas. All those years in Miami after debuting with the Dodgers. 0-1 pitch. And it's off the plate, 1-1. Rockies trailing 4-1 here in the top of the fourth inning. Max Muncy walked. He's at second base. Miguel Rojas just poked one in between short and third for a base knock. He's at first. 1-1 to Espinal. And he lines this towards left center field. That's going to get down in front of Beck, and the stop sign is given at third for Muncy with the big arm of Beck. So the bases are loaded with nobody out for the Dodgers here in the fourth.
Well, for Jose, he's been pitching uphill tonight. He's been behind in a lot of counts, forcing him to have a little bit more of the plate available for hitters, and the Dodgers have taken advantage of it.
So now it's Dalton Rushing. Left-on-left matchup. Rushing struck out swinging his first time up. First pitch to him, and he fouls it straight back. It's 0-1. The Dodgers have one grand slam this season. It was hit by Rushing on the homestand against the Mets. In his limited action, .435 hitter. Already has 5 home runs, 10 RBIs. 0-1 pitch, and he fouls it back. Quintana gets ahead. Punch out would be large. Quintana looking back towards second, a pair of looks. Now he comes to the plate, down and away with the slider. He's back at Rojas, who isn't going to be going anywhere because Muncy's at third base. Must just be a comfort thing for Quintana to take a couple peeks to second when he comes set.
He might be looking to see if Rojas is signaling to the hitter.
Doesn't appear to be. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Sullivan does a nice job stopping that. Guys are so aware of that nowadays. Teams trying to pick signs, and of course you can't do it anymore based off signals, but the guys at second base can look into the hand of the pitcher, the glove. 2-2 pitch. Broken bat, little pop-up to Karros. This will do. He's going to let it drop. It was an infield fly rule. Just high enough to get that call, and there'll be one out.
Kyle did the right thing. You hope maybe it doesn't get signaled that it's the infield fly rule, but you just want to make sure it doesn't take some crazy spin on you when it does land.
It did not, and now Shohei Ohtani comes up with the bases loaded. It's 1 for 2. Singled and scored last time. Line drive towards first, caught by Rumfield to second. Double play! What's the call here? Now they're having everybody advance a base. That was a line drive double play to get the Rockies out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam. And are they going to call a really late balk here? Warren Schaefer out talking with all the umpires.
I mean, Ohtani swung at the first pitch. It wasn't catcher's interference. Quintana was set. He rocked a little bit, and it was the third base umpire, James Jean, who called a balk.
And he did call it immediately upon review, and Max Muncy saw it as well immediately.
He saw the umpire. I was watching it from a different angle, and he saw the umpire, and then he pointed. Wow.
That is a massive turn of events. Instead of being out of the inning unharmed, the Rockies have given up a run. Now it's second and third, one out with a guy who's won 3 consecutive MVPs.
Well, you should let the fans know. I think, again, that's the lack of communication in the ballpark that baseball has to fix. Because there are a lot of people here right now who don't know what happened.
Absolutely. It took us a while to figure out what happened. 1-0 pitch is down and away. Or rather, first pitch is down and away. Down and away again, 2-0. Yeah, there's no official announcement or anything. Tanner Gordon warming up in the Rockies pen now. Infield's playing in. Rojas at third, Espinal at second. On the ground towards second, and Castro looks back, Rojas to third, and then gives a light toss to Rumfield for the second out of the inning. Quintana has gotten himself into trouble, but has done a nice job of getting at least ground balls to put his infielders in a spot to get him out of the inning.
I mean, it really should be a 2-1 ball game. The last 3 runs scored by the Dodgers were the result of mistakes by the Rockies.
So now Alex Call, who's 1 for 2. Singled and scored last inning. First pitch is up and away from him, 1-0. But alas, it is 5-1. The Rockies' mistakes have hurt them in this ball game. The 2 errors, although the error in the first didn't hurt them. And then the balk. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball is a called strike, 1-1.
I mean, the Dodgers at the moment are 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position, and yet they have 5 runs.
They have 2 home runs, but both of them solo shots. 1-1 pitch is just away. Waggling the bat real quickly at the plate is Alex Call. And time is called. He's got a slightly open stance and holds his hands right near his shoulder, and that bat is like a seesaw going up and down. And time is called by Brett Sullivan. He wants to go talk to Quintana.
Well, to give you some perspective, in 15 seasons in the big leagues, Jose Quintana has been charged with 7 balks. That's in 386 games.
Doesn't happen very often. A guy who has great presence on the mound and is comfortable.
My problem with the ball call is the number of people who tap their feet all the time as they're pitching. He never slowed down his movement to the plate.
2-1 pitch is swung on and missed.
You know, you'll see guys, they're tapping as they're into their motion. As he made the tap, he didn't stop his arms, at least in the replay I watched. So that's being really picky. But again, that's a judgment call, and it went the way of the Dodgers.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. The pitch, swing and a miss. And no, it was foul tipped, and it just short hopped the glove of Sullivan. He was able to pick it clean, but it just barely hit the dirt before. So the count remains 2-2. Quintana's at 75 pitches here in the fourth. The pitch. Chop towards third. Charging in is Karros on the run. He throws to first for the final out of the inning. The Rockies give the Dodgers enough. Dodgers up 5-1 over the Rockies here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Ezequiel Tovar will lead things off for the Rockies. 5, 6, 7 in their lineup. Johnston and Castro will follow. Justin Robleski on the mound for his fourth inning of work. And has retired 4 consecutive Rockies. Here's the first pitch of the inning. Tovar takes a strike at the top of the zone. He grounded out to second his first time up. It was a looping line drive up the middle, backhanded by Espinal, and he showed off the fantastic arm. This is ripped down the third base line, but hooks foul, 0-2. Espinal threw it from almost a deep short position behind the second base bag, and off his back foot, threw a BB to first to get Tovar. 0-2 pitch. Tovar hangs on, fouls it away. Another 0-2 pitch, and this time Robleski is going to get Tovar. He blew a heater by him. Just his second strikeout of the game. There's one away. .92 up in the zone. Coming into the game, Robleski had just one strikeout on the fastball all year. Both of his Ks today have come on the heater. First pitch to Johnston is going to miss down. 1-0. Johnston was the other strikeout victim, froze on a fastball perfectly located at the knees. 1-0 pitch, fouled in and out of the glove of Smith, 1-1. Robleski, 25 years old, was an 11th round draft pick out of Oklahoma State. Played 3 years there after a year of junior college. 1-1 pitch. That's a strike, 1-2. But had great success throughout the minor leagues and was really on the fast track to the big leagues. The reason he dropped to the 11th round is he had Tommy John surgery right before the draft. 1-2 pitch. Johnston flies this into center field. Pretty well hit, but it will carry out to Pages, and there's 2 away. Willie Castro singled his first time up. The switch hitter will dig into the right-handed batter's box. Rockies trailing 5-1 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 2 out, nobody on. Robleski, who's always out of the stretch, working on the third base side of the rubber, delivers the first pitch, and it's hammered by Castro. Had home run distance, but it was a good 50 to 60 feet foul down the left field line. Oh, 1 pitch. Off the plate away, it's 1-1. Robleski was outstanding in the playoffs for the Dodgers. In the World Series, he pitched in 4 different games, 5 shutout innings. Didn't allow a run, only 4 hits. 1-1 pitch fouled off, 1-2. Ball and 2 strikes to Willie Castro. On the ground towards short. Chance for Rojas. Gobbles it up. And across the diamond to first base. And the Rockies go down in order in the fourth inning. They trail 5-1 on the KOA Rockies Radio Network.
As Will Smith leads off the 5th inning, and he'll send it high in the air to shallow left. Coming in, Jordan Beck still coming in, reaches up, grabs it for the first out. Dodgers have scored 5 runs, but they've gotten 2 unearned runs and then a run scored on a balk. It has been a balk on what would have been an inning-ending double play Teoscar Hernandez, 0 for 2, grounded into a double play his last time up. Takes a strike, left on right. Sullivan sets up on the outside, and that's where Hernandez swung at it. Popped up on the first base side, still in fair ground, just into the outfield. T.J. Rumfield takes the lazy old days can of corn, they would call it. That was old when I was your age, Zach, so you can imagine now.
I still hear that used a good amount. It's
and most
timeless.
people don't know the history of why it's called that.
I heard it once. Might have to refresh my memory.
Pitch in for a strike to Andy Pajes, who has popped out and grounded out. Well, when grocery stores were not self-service, they would have very high shelves in the stores, and they would be packed with canned goods and other things, and they had a little device that would reach up and knock the cans off the shelves into a basket to collect for a customer. Swinging and a miss by Pajes, and it's 1-2. So it was easily done, like catching a can of corn.
I like it. That was a little bit before my time.
It was even before my time. I know that's hard to believe. I mean, Zach gave me the business the other day, wanted to know if I wore a face mask when I played football. I'm not quite that old. One-two pitch. Just high.
How many bars did you have on your face mask?
I had the full bars. Yeah, it was... Nobody wore shields back then. I know that was a recent addition. Pitch outside, ball 3. The good thing in my time, you could use stickum and the pine tar. First time I'd go down on the grass, I'd come up off the grass and I have grass sticking all over my uniform. 3-2 pitch is hit sharply. Diving stop, Castro spins from his knees, throws and got him. Willie Castro, big-time play at second. Halfway through, Rockies are down 5-1 on the KOA Rockies radio network. Bottom of the 5th inning, Rockies are down 4 as Kyle Karros fouls off an opening fastball from Justin Robleski, who gave up back-to-back doubles to start the game. Rockies got just 1 run out of that. He's retired the last 7 in order. Check swing foul ball by Karras there, and Kyle's down 2 strikes. Robleski just 56 pitches at the moment as he enters his 5th inning of work. The 0-2 is low. 10 seconds, station identification on the KOA Rockies radio network. 1-2 pitch is low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The equipment, Zach and I talking during the commercial, the equipment in so many sports different now. 2-2 is hit towards right. If it's fair, it's trouble. It does. It'll bang into the corner. Karros on his way to second as Call fires it back in. Rockies' 3rd 2-base hit of the night as they try to start a comeback.
Well, this is great stuff because Robleski was trying to mess with the timing of Karros. He did an extra little pump in his leg lift to try to throw Karros off, and it clearly didn't at all. He sat back on that heater and just drove it the other way.
For Kyle, that is double number 2. Brett Sullivan, who had a single first time up, fights off on his hands. His single went just to the right of second base. Pitch up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Oh, Steve Sparks, the knuckleballer and Astros broadcaster, talking with Zach last week. Breaking ball hit pretty well to center, but not deep enough, I don't think, for Kyle to tag. He won't with the big arm of Pages for the first out. And Steve telling Zach, the way the baseball's made now, harder to throw a knuckleball because the laces aren't as high, the leather's a little bit tighter to its inner workings. I think back, you know, how different the bats are. A couple of years ago, we talked about the torpedo bats, and Jordan Beck fouls it away, and some guys are still using that little modification. But if you go to Cooperstown, you can see one of Babe Ruth's bats, and he'd have a 36-inch bat. It's length. Check swing, little floater off the glove of the first baseman rushing, and everybody is safe. Rushing, playing first base with Freddie Freeman on paternity leave, had a little knuckling floater coming his way, and it clanked off his glove.
I'll tell you, as a catcher, you get so many reps behind the plate, and then when you go practice at first base, it's mostly taking ground balls, and these odd plays like this, you're just not used to making. And honestly, this is a really difficult play. He had to move well to his right, and it just clipped off the end of his glove. Took a fortuitous bounce for the Rockies afterwards.
So men on the corners with 1 out for Brenton Doyle. And it's a fastball high. Yeah, Babe Ruth's bat, 36 inches long most of the time, and he used a bat that was 40 to 46 ounces. Nobody comes close to that now. Ground ball hit towards third, foul.
Yeah, now you get a lot of 34, 32. That's pretty
and people
typical.
Go, wow, that's a big bat. Yeah, I know.
They did rule that a hit for Jordan Beck.
And Jordan will gladly take that. Either way, Rockies trying to chip away. Pitch in tight to Doyle. 2-1 now on Brenton.
You'll still see some guys go even 34, but that's about it. You don't see what Ruth was. He was swinging a lot.
And called a strike on the outside edge. It evens it at 2-2 on Brenton Doyle. First and third, 1 out. 5th inning, Rockies down 5-1. Pitch high and away. Full count. Hunter Goodman looming on deck.
I'd expect Beck to probably be on the move with this pitch.
He's out to his lead, not going. The 3-2 is sent to shallow right center field. Coming on to grab it, and nobody can advance. Call got in there, made the catch, had a better angle to make a throw. And the Rockies are going to need a 2-out hit now. That was a good pitch by Robleski. Hunter Goodman is 0 for 2. He's only seen 2 pitches. Grounded out on the first one, and that was the second, and then flied to right in the 3rd inning. 5-1 Dodgers here in the 5th. 2 outs, 2 on. Pitch to Goodman is driven towards left. Hernandez on the run. Makes the catch going towards. Sixth inning, it remains 5-1 Los Angeles. Jose Quintana still out there. He does have activity behind him in the Rockies bullpen, left on left with Max Muncy. And pitch outside to Muncy. He hit a home run in the second inning, then walked in the fourth and scored on the balk by Quintana. 1-0 pitch, and that misses as well, 2-0. Each side with 6 hits. The Rockies with a couple of errors and the balk that have impacted on things. (2-0) and got a strike there on the outside part of the plate. Breaking ball blooped into left center field for a hit. Muncy having that kind of series for the Dodgers, on base for his 3rd time tonight. And he just adds to his hit total. He's had 8 hits in the series.
Tanner Gordon warming up in the Rockies bullpen now. Is warming up last inning as well.
Miguel Rojas is also 2 for 2, a homer and a single. He'll be 3 for 3 as he pulls it into left field. He has been on every pitch that Quintana has thrown. The homer to left and then 2 solid singles to left.
Yeah, those were not cheapies at all. Muncy kind of blooped his out to left center field. That came off the bat hot. And you can, throughout this series, and we'll actually have to make this point a little bit later because I think that's going to be the end of the night for Quintana.
Warren Schaefer makes the call to the bullpen. We've got a pitching change here in the 6th. 5-1 LA on the KOA Rockies radio network.
As an organ donor, your story doesn't have to end.
And as always, this pitch and change brought to you by Coloradans for Responsible Energy Development, developing Colorado's energy, building Colorado's future. Learn more at cred.org. That's CRED.org. Just the 2nd appearance of the regular season for Tanner Gordon. He was perhaps the best pitcher for the Rockies throughout spring training, and he continued that. His first outing in Houston, 4 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, had 4 strikeouts as well.
Going to try and hold the Dodgers at bay. LA has 2 on and nobody out here in the 6th inning. And showing bunt, but pulling the bat back, Espinal. That's ball 1. He has a base hit. Schultz bunt again and has to take the elevator to the basement as that pitch came right at him. 2-0. Caros at the edge of the grass, now backs a step onto the dirt. Espinal shows bunt, puts it down. It's good enough to advance the runners. Gordon will flip it underhand to Rumfield at first. 1-3 on the sacrifice bunt to put 2 men in scoring position.
Well, the analytical people will tell you that the only good time to bunt in a game is when it's 1st and 2nd and nobody out. That was the exact situation for the Dodgers. They pulled the trigger on it and now have a pair in scoring position for Rushing.
Dalton Rushing is struck out and popped out. He swings and misses at a pitch that disappeared on him down. Air quality forecast from EnviroTest Air Care Colorado. Air quality in Denver expected to be good tomorrow. Help reduce ozone pollution. Learn more at simplestepsbetterair.org. Pitch, swing, and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Infield's about halfway, a sharply hit ball, you'd have a chance to get Muncy at the plate. 0-2 pitch, high and outside. On Patriots Day with the marathon going in Boston, the Red Sox also went well. They beat the Tigers 8-6. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Again, that ball just disappeared on rushing. Strikeout for out number 2.
It's a great slider right here that just goes beneath the bat of rushing, and they don't want any part of facing Ohtani. They're going to intentionally walk him, but Gordon not typically known for striking out too many batters, but through his first 4+ innings of work this year, he's been collecting some strikeouts, and that was a big spot to get one.
Got a pesky hitter in Alex Call. I mean, again, the analytics, and hey, way before they even did those things, baseball would tell you, base open, you're not going to pitch to Ohtani if you don't have to, but you got to make it work here, and Gordon misses high to Call. He has grounded twice to third. He is also singled. He scored in the 3rd inning. Pitch at the knees for a strike. He scored during that error inning for the Rockies. Pitch in tight, 2-1. With 2 on and nobody out, calling Ohtani an error to Kyle Carrows allowed Ohtani to score. Call to third. A double play happened when Call scored, but he scored nonetheless, and now Tanner's got himself in trouble. He misses outside to Call. It's a full count. Bases full of Dodgers. 2 outs. 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4. And the Dodgers add another. It's 6-1. Muncy scores for the 3rd straight time. And the bases are still loaded for Will Smith. That run gets charged to Jose Quintana. Will Smith has flied to right, reached on that Carrows error, and then flied to left. And Tanner Gordon, after the sacrifice bunt and the strikeout, now trying to find his control. He goes 1-0 here on Smith. And 2-0. Trying to work inside and outside to these right-handed batters and can't find the zone. You made Will Smith really dangerous now. (2-0) in for a strike. Smith probably looking something middle in, and that was on the outer portion of the plate, so he didn't go after it, and called a strike by Adam Beck, the home plate umpire. He'll be ready to fire now. 2-1 pitch. He swings and fouls it. It'll drop into the lower deck on the right side. Houston having a tough beginning to their season. They end a 4-game slide. They had, I'll spit it out. They ran by Cleveland 9-2, and strike 3 called, but Smith is going to challenge. And the ABS tells us strike 3.
Pitch was a strike. Los Angeles has 1 challenge remaining.
So just 1 added on for the Dodgers. It is 6-1 in the 6th. Rockies coming to bat on the KOA Rockies radio network. Not in the greatest position, but made the play.
He took a good route to this one. That was really hit hard by Rumfield, but went directly to it over his right shoulder, made the catch.
TJ's hit the ball hard 3 times, and he's 0 for 3. Ezekiel Tovar takes a strike. Robleski worked out of trouble in a couple of innings after the first inning run allowed, and there's strike 2, and Ezekiel's going to challenge. He thought the pitch was low. And it caught.
Pitch was a strike. Colorado has 1 challenge remaining.
6-1 Dodgers. 0-2 pitch to Tovar is strike 3 called. Ezekiel didn't like either one of them. The ABS said it was right. I think he felt that one wasn't right. But
I don't think he would have liked to challenge twice in a row and be wrong on consecutive pitches.
Not when you're down 5 runs. So 2 quick outs for Robleski here in the 6th, and he gets a strike to Troy Johnston. He's got 3 strikeouts tonight, and 2 of the 3 have been called third strikes for Robleski. There's Johnson hitting it to left, but Hernandez is there to grab it, and the Rockies are out here in the 6th. 6-1 Dodgers on
third of it, top of the 7th inning. Tanner Gordon out of the windup against Teoscar Hernandez, and he fires strike 1. Teoscar will be followed by Andy Pages and Max Muncy. It's 4-5-6 in the Dodgers lineup. Teoscar has struggled mightily in this series, and he will take a ball down and away 1-1. He's 0 for 11 with 4 punch outs. Today he's grounded out to short, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play, and popped out to first. 1-1. Fouled straight back, 1-2.
You know, it's been a weird game when the Dodgers have just 3 runs batted in for their 6 runs, and one of those was a bases loaded walk.
Yeah, 2 solo home runs, the bases loaded walk.
2 unearned runs around the error, and then the balk for the 3rd.
1-2 pitch, up and away, 2-2. The Rockies have really minimized damage in some precarious situations at times during this game, but as you mentioned, have also shot themselves in the foot. 2-2 pitch, that's in there, called strike 3. Second consecutive batter dating back to last inning that Tanner Gordon punches out. That's his 3rd of the game.
Teoscar Hernandez might think Colorado's a beautiful state, but he can't wait to leave. He's 0 for 12.
It's a rare hitter typically saying that. Now Andy Pages. Take a breaking ball for a strike 0-1. He might be saying something similar. Pages just 2 for 13 in the series. He is still the major league leader in batting average, but it was a lot higher when he entered the series. He swings and misses here. It's 0-2. Gordon went right on right, changeup right there. Struck out rushing the first batter he saw. They intentionally walked Ohtani. Alex Call walked. That was the RBI walk. He's punched out everybody that he hasn't intentionally walked or walked. 0-2 pitch, and Pages fouls it off first base side. Infield plays Pages to pull. The Cuban center fielder for the Dodgers will watch ball 1. The fastball was just off the plate. 1-2. Tanner's fastball lives in the mid-90s. Out of the windup here. And he misses down, went to the changeup again. 2-2. Infield playing to pull against the righty Pages. Flags for the most part standing dormant up above the stadium. 2-2 pitch fouled away. Gordon, whose calling card is to locate extremely well and do soft contact, has punched out 7 through his first 5 1/3 this year. 2-2 pitch fouled away. Having trouble putting away Pages here. Two-two. Line drive softly up the middle. It'll get into center field for a base hit. Reached out and got a slider down and away from him off the end of the bat. A one-out base runner for LA. So that'll bring up Max Muncy, and talked about Teoscar Hernandez looking forward to getting out of Colorado. Max Muncy is probably looking for a place to stay. He has been unconscious during this series. It's continued tonight. He's 2 for 2, a homer, a walk, a single. He's scored all 3 times, and he'll take strike 1. It's a good slider. Three-time All-Star out of Keller, Texas. There goes Pages. Pitches away, throw to second base. Is going to go in and out of the glove of Tovar. He was attempting to make a quick tag. That's all he could do, is Pages got a good jump. So it's a stolen base for Andy Pages. That's number 4 on the year for him.
He's their top base stealer at the moment. They've stolen only 11 bases all year. Well, Tani had one today as well, so make it 12.
That was his first of the year. 1-1 pitch is up and away, 2-1. You remember a couple years back, Ohtani, the first to join the 50-50 club. But that was when he wasn't pitching, and he was much more aggressive on the base pass that year than he has been in any other year of his career. 2-1 pitch. Muncy on the ground up the middle will be backhanded by Castro. Sets his feet, throw to first is not going to get Max Muncy. Advancing to third base is Pages, and Castro maybe didn't get the ball out of his glove as quick as he would have liked to. It was a difficult play as he was heading away from first base.
Yeah, he had just a little bit of a double clutch. Yep, he wasn't sure he had it in his glove. And give Muncy some credit for hustling down the line.
Well, it's a hustle base hit. It's collecting a bunch of those. Well, base hits, not the hustle kind necessarily. Now 3 for 3, has reached all 4 times. There's a pick over to first. He gets back standing up. First and third, 1 away in the top of the 7th. Rockies trailing 6-1. Miguel Rojas is 3 for 3. A home run. He's going to show bunt and get it down towards first. It's going to be fielded by Gordon for a moment. It went in out of his glove, and it's going to plate a run. We'll see how it's scored. But the Rockies don't get an out. It's first and second.
You heard, if you were with us for Rockies on Deck, manager Warren Schaefer saying in baseball you never stop learning, wins or losses. And tonight has been one of those painful learning nights for the Rockies. It has not been a clean ball game for sure.
So they will give Gordon an error there. It's the second error on a Rockies pitcher tonight. They've had 3 in total. First pitch swinging is Espinal to short. Tovar to second. Castro to first. It's a double play. It'll get the Rockies out of the inning. They do give up one more. They trail 7-1 as we. Rockies in a hole in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing 7-1. Justin Robleski has been outstanding for the Dodgers. He's still towing the rubber. We'll face Willie Castro here, who will first pitch swing and come up empty. It's 0-1. Willie's 1 for 2 tonight. A single and a ground out. It's the bottom of the Rockies lineup. Karros and Sullivan will follow. And Castro now in an 0-2 hole as Wroblewski pours in another strike. That was his 79th pitch of the game, 49 of them for strikes, only 20 out of the zone. Throwing strikes at any level, the best thing you can do as a pitcher is this is fouled off. Castro stays alive.
Well, he's got to like the fact this is his third start, and in the 3 starts, the Dodgers have scored 24 runs.
Makes it a little easier on yourself. Castro pops this up on the infield. Now it's in shallow right center field, and it's going to drop in for a hit. That was a little bit perplexing. Espinal took a step in as if it was going to be coming in on him from second base, and then he turned around and started sprinting backwards, and he couldn't get there.
Well, Willie Castro took his helmet off, slammed his bat down, and got a base hit.
Baseball should be a cruel game with hard outs. Just ask T.J. Rumfield tonight.
Yeah.
But you're also going to have games where you get hits like Willie Castro. His first hit, he got jammed big time and just pushed it through the right side. As Kyle Karros will take a changeup for a strike. He's 1 for 2, doubled his last time. Oh, 1 on Kyle. Wroblewski looking at first base. Now the pitch. It's outside. 1-1 on Kyle. Told me during our pregame interview, as he was my guest today, I asked him about his plate discipline, and he says he's always working on it. 1-1 pitch. He smashes this to deep center field, but it's on a line, and Pages will make the catch. Had to take a few strides back.
That's the other interesting thing about this game tonight. The Rockies have not played well defensively. That's evident with 3 errors and a balk. But on offense, they've had more loud outs tonight than maybe any other game of the 23 they've played.
First pitch to Brett Sullivan, up and in. 1-0. He's 1 for 2, a single and a fly out to center. And this Rockies team, as they figure themselves out as the season begins, they are top 5 in the league in hard hit rate. Pitch is in the air towards right center field, pretty well struck. Long run into the gap for both outfielders. It'll be Pages, the center fielder, calling off call, and he'll make the catch. It just hung in the air a little too long. So there's 2 away, and that'll bring up Jordan Beck. But it goes to the point, Jack, of if you're throwing strikes and letting your defense work, you're going to have great success as long as you're not allowing those free passes.
Well, you certainly improve your opportunities for sure. And the fact that this guy does throw strikes really benefits him. Yeah, what a ratio tonight of strikes to balls.
Jordan Beck swung through the first pitch. He'll take the second pitch up. It's 1-1. And 65 strikes, just 23 balls. Beck's enjoyed a nice night. 2 for 3, a double, and a single. 1-1 pitch at the knees. Beck unsure about it, but won't challenge. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Castro at first base. Rockies trailing 7-1 in the bottom of the 7th. The pitch popped up out of play. Enjoy springtime baseball all weekend long when your Colorado Rockies take on the Atlanta Braves May 1st through the 3rd. Enjoy great weather, great views, great baseball. Visit Rockies.com/tickets today. 1-2. Another foul ball by Beck. We've brought up often how difficult the Rockies' schedule is throughout the month of April. Well, the first 3 days of May, you get the team who is a half game back of the Dodgers for the best record in baseball. That should be fun having the Atlanta Braves in town. Another 1-2. Beck, a protection swing. He was able to foul it off. That's all he was trying to do with that swing, a breaking ball. Another 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. A quality at bat here from Jordan Beck. He's hit the ball hard all night. His 6'4" fielder's choice was hit right on the button. Now he's had a few foul balls down in the count and has worked it even. And now Robleski will step off the back of the rubber. He wants some rosin. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs the pitch. And Beck has worked it full. He was able to lay off a fastball up and away. So Castro will be off with the pitch. There he goes. Beck lines this into left field. It's a base hit. Castro around second. He'll get to third. Hernandez's throw will go in towards second. A long round from Beck. But to the bat. A 3-hit night for Jordan Beck.
Out to the mound comes Mark Pryor. They just started to get some bullpen activity going. Robleski has pitched well tonight, but that was as good of an at-bat as Jordan Beck's had, certainly over the last couple of weeks anyway. Even with the 2 earlier hits, that one's one he's going to remember and build on. Down in the count and work it full and then get a base hit.
Yeah, it's a great at-bat. And they'll tell you, the guy who spends the most time in the video room studying and trying to get better, it's Jordan Beck. I said it used to be him and Charlie Blackmon. Now, of course, Charlie retired. Imagine number 19 will be up in the bleachers here sometime. Next to 17 and 33. Brenton Doyle with a chance here, though. First and third with 2 away. Doyle 1 for 3 with a double in this one. First pitch. And he gets beat by a heater up in the zone. It's 0-1. Robleski gets good carry on the fastball. Start of the game, it was more 94. Recently, it's been in the lower 90s. A 1 pitch, popped up, foul territory, or at least drifting that side on the first base side, straddling the line. It's Dalton rushing a couple steps back to the infield grass. It's caught for the final out of the inning. So the Rockies leave a pair on base in the bottom of the 7th. They trail 7-1 on the KOA Rockies Radio Network.
Tanner Gordon's first pitch to Dalton rushing just inside the foul pole for a home run to left field. Rushing 0 for 3 on the night, hits his 2nd homer of the series and his 6th of the year in 26 official at-bats. His homer earlier in the series, the wind pushed it out. That one just stayed inside the foul pole. 8-1 Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani takes ball 1. Ohtani has reached on an error, singled to extend his on-base streak, has grounded to second and was intentionally walked. And Tanner Gordon misses outside 2-0. Tanner surrendering his first homer of the year now, the first runs he has allowed, and now 3-0 on Ohtani. And taking all the way, ball 4. The Dodger fans booing like they were pitching around him. Believe me, with an 8-1 Dodger lead, that was not what Tanner Gordon was doing.
There's plenty of times to pitch around Shohei Ohtani, but
now
down 8-1 is not the time.
Well, of greater concern is Keith Decker is walking out to the mound. The Rockies head athletic trainer with manager Warren Schaefer. I don't know if Sullivan saw something behind the plate or if Tanner had mentioned something and then said it looks like he's going to stick around. When Doogie comes out, you always have a little bit of concern when he's going to talk to a pitcher, but Tanner apparently convinced them that he's okay. But a home run and then a 4-pitch walk. And now Alex Call, who Gordon walked with the bases loaded back in the 6th inning to force in a run. He misses another pitch. It's 5 in a row that have missed for Tanner. One-0. There's a good delivery in for a strike. The Rockies Radio Network, powered by Chevron. At Chevron, we're committed to safely delivering affordable, reliable, ever-cleaner energy that enables human progress and powers Colorado forward. That's energy in progress. Pitch up and in to Call. 2 balls and a strike. Rocky's pen is quiet, so whatever concern about Gordon is not there from a physical point right now. Excuse me, swing by Call. He'll foul it to the left side. It's 2-2. The Braves staying hot. They get a homer and 3 RBIs from Matt Olson, and they won at Washington over the Nationals tonight, 9-4. 2-2 pitch. Grounded towards third. That's a fair ball. Karros long throw and got him by a half a step. Good hard throw from Kyle Karros to get Call for the first out.
To make this play, you have to do so many things right. You have to get an angle to where you can build some momentum towards first base. The first couple steps for Karros there weren't towards the baseball, it was towards the line. So he's able to work around it, field it on the forehand, and then shows off his really strong arm to be able to get Call at first.
Ohtani goes to second on the play. That's the first out of the inning. Will Smith takes a pitch low for ball 1. The Rockies, not on the upcoming trip, but on their subsequent road swing east, they're going to be playing the Phillies in Philadelphia. Pitch outside, and Brett Sullivan's going to challenge. Phillies and Pittsburgh will be the spots on that next trip. Good challenge.
Strike. Colorado has 1 challenge remaining.
Caught the outside edge, 1-1. But when we go to Philadelphia to cover those games, will Rob Thompson, the most successful Phillies manager in terms of getting to playoffs, swing by Smith and a high fly ball to right? Troy Johnston coming in, makes the catch. Ohtani will hold. But Rob Thompson has taken the Phillies to more postseasons than any other Phillies manager, but the Phillies lost their 6th in a row tonight to the Cubs. The Cubs are hot. Chicago winning at 5-1. Philadelphia's 8-14. Check swing and held up, so that's ball 1 to Teoscar Hernandez. Right now, and granted, we're just a little more than 3.5 weeks into the season. Hernandez did go too far that time. Sullivan had the ball skip away, and Ohtani got a good read on it, and he goes to third on the wild pitch, and apparently they ruled that Hernandez checked his swing in time, so it's 2-0. Been a messy one tonight for the Rockies. Fouled away, 2-1. But speaking of messy, the National League East is pretty messy right now. Outside of the Braves, the two teams ready to challenge the Braves in the East. The Phillies are 8-14, and the Mets are 7-15. And Teoscar Hernandez gets a base hit to right field, his first hit in the series. It scores Ohtani, and it's 9-1 Los Angeles. And then you look at the National League Central, and everybody is at least 3 games over 500. The Brewers, who won that division last year, they're 12-9, but Cincinnati's 15-8. St. Louis, Pittsburgh, and the Cubs are all 13-9. Strike into Andy Pages, who got a hit last time up. He'll foul it down the right side. It's 0-2. Dodgers, if they hang on here, will go to 16-6. San Diego's 15-7, and Arizona, getting some good starting pitching, is 13-9. 0-2 to Pages is hit to fairly deep right center field, but room for Brenton Doyle. He'll grab it. It'll end the inning. The Dodgers add 2.
Pitching change for the Dodgers. It's brought to you by Coloradans for Responsible Energy Development, developing Colorado's energy, building Colorado's future. Learn more at cred.org. That's CRED.org. It's Edgardo Henriquez coming into the ballgame. The 23-year-old can really bring it. His fastball averages in triple digits, making a 6th or 7th appearance of the season.
Hunter Goodman, the first man to face him, and Hunter swings and misses at 101 from Enriquez. Hunter has swung at the first pitch in all 4 at-bats. First time it hasn't gone in play. Oh-1. Swing and a miss. He threw some other pitches in his earlier appearance in the series. At least to start here, he's just letting the gas flow. Oh, 2. And strike 3 called, and Hunter's gonna challenge. He threw him a sinker. Did it sink too much? Nope. It just caught the bottom of the zone by less than a quarter of the ball. At 101. Throwing a sinker at 101 should be illegal.
Especially when it's maybe an 1/8 of the baseball is in the strike zone and you're getting rung up on it.
TJ Rumfield's hit the ball hard 3 times tonight. He is hitless, however. Checks his swing, and yes, he did. James Jean at third said no swing. 1-0 the count. Padres in town tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Thursday afternoon, and back on the road for the Rockies. TJ fouls it. And down the left side, it's 1-1. Enriquez fires, and this is hammered. Oh my goodness! Second deck time. Touch 'em all time, T.J. Rumfield. You think after all those hard-hit drives that he'd finally get rewarded, and yes, he did.
Well, one way to stay away from a hard hit out is to hit it 440 feet, and that's exactly what T.J. Rumfield did. Every home run hit by the Rockies this year, the Bird Simpson Law Firm will make a generous donation to Craig Hospital. Bird Simpson, good lawyers, changing lives. Enriquez struggles a little bit against left-handed hitters because when you throw that off speed, it's breaking into them, and they got to cheat to that fastball. Rumfield demolished that breaking ball.
His third homer of the season. Now one hopper hit to Muncy. He just gets Tovar at first for out number 2. 10 seconds. Station identification time on the KOA Rockies Radio Network. .440 feet on the Rumfield homer. Tidy 106 off the bat. Exit velocity. Outside, ball 1 to Troy Johnston. Enriquez misses again outside, 2-0. Angel Chivillé, a talented but inconsistent reliever that the Yankees thought they could straighten out, and T.J. Rumfield stuck behind Ben Rice and others. Swing and a miss by Troy Johnston, 2-1. And Paul DeBattista and Josh Burns swing the deal with the Yankees to get Rumfield here. That may turn out to be one of those great trades. Ground ball hit up the middle and by the diving Espinal at second. That's a base hit for Troy Johnston. And like Zach was saying, Enriquez, for all of that velocity, not as good against left-handed hitters.
Yeah, lefties this season now 6 for 13 against him. And a lot of it is because once he goes away from that fastball, you have to cheat so much to get to 101 that if it's an off speed, it's breaking back into your barrel.
Willie Castro swings and misses. Well, the Rockies with a run and a couple of hits in this inning. Down 9-2. Willie yanks it in and out of the Rockies' first base dugout. We haven't had any rulings under review tonight. When you need to be on the winning side of a ruling, get with the guy who's always fighting to win. The law offices of Dan Caplis, a serious firm for serious cases. Visit them at dancapluslaw.com. Willie's had 2 hits tonight, trying to get a third, keep this rally going, but he swings and misses, and that ends the inning. Rockies get the long Rumfield homer, 9-2 Dodgers as we head to 9-2 Dodgers, 9th inning. Max Muncy, who has 3 hits and a walk. One of the hits, a home run, takes ball 1 from Tanner Gordon, working his 4th inning out of the bullpen. And got the outside edge for a strike to even the count. Swing and a slash foul. 1-2. 27,261 the crowd tonight. Pitch to Muncy is hit foul again. Stay tuned after the game for the Clubhouse Show, presented by Common Spirit Health. Hospitals, clinics, and caregivers. Human kindness lives here. Pitch, and Muncy sends it in the air to fairly deep left field. At the warning track is Beck, and it is gone. Oh my goodness. His second homer of the night, his fourth of the series. On a 4-hit night, Muncy makes it 10-2 Los Angeles. I didn't think that ball was going to carry that far when it left the bat, and then you just watched Jordan Beck continue to keep backpedaling and ran out of room.
Well, it's tough to backspin baseballs the other way, but he was able to do it on that fastball up in the zone. And when you backspin it, it'll carry.
Pitch in for a strike to the pinch hitter for Miguel Rojas. That's Ryan Ward, who made his major league debut yesterday with a couple of hits, playing first base. 1 ball, 1 strike on him. He'll tap it foul. Muncy has hit 18 home runs in his career against the Rockies, and most of them strike 3 called on the outside corner. A little solace for Tanner Gordon, but you keep going at it. All but 5 of those home runs have been hit here. He has really been hard on the Rockies here. Not that he hasn't had his moments at Dodger Stadium, but much more so here. Strike to the second baseman, Espinal, who has one of the 13 Dodger hits tonight. He's also had a sacrifice bunt and hit into a double play. Pulls it foul. It's 0-2. He bounced that one to the plate, did Tanner. Now, the Dodgers don't have the Common Spirit Health Clubhouse Show like we do, but if they're doing their highlights, you got to believe Max Muncy will be front and center. Pitch, and in the dirt, 2-2. Although, interestingly enough, for Muncy, he had a couple of opportunities in the Saturday game won by the Rockies and wasn't able to come up with a big hit. Espinal's going to keep the hits going as he gets a base hit to left field. It's the interesting thing in it. It hasn't changed tonight for Muncy, Zach. I mean, he's got 10 hits in this series, and obviously he's had a great series on the year, and it explains why he has 9 RBIs. He's got 1 hit with runners in scoring position. Backdoor breaking ball, no, and it's 1-1 on Dalton Rushing.
Yeah, it's such an anomaly that he's just running into baseballs when nobody's on base, and I'm sure that'll eventually change, but it is wild that he hasn't hit a home run with anybody on base yet.
There's a drive to deep right, and this one is gone. Dalton Rushing with his second homer. He homered last inning and now homers again, and it's been a tough night for Tanner Gordon, and he knows he's out there to just try and get these final 2 outs, if at all possible, but they have pounced on every mistake. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. You know, he doesn't play all that much rushing, and they're trying to get more use out of him. That's why he was playing first base tonight with Freeman gone. But, I mean, it's a pretty remarkable start. He has 7 home runs. Swing and a miss by Ohtani. He has 7 home runs in 28 plate appearances.
Yeah, he's red hot, and it does make it very interesting.
Ohtani sends it back to the backstop.
Because where does he play, right? You have Will Smith locked up for so long, and one of the best catchers in baseball. Freddie Freeman, we all know what he does at first base, and Ohtani's going to be in the DH spot every single night. So how do you get him into the lineup?
Pitch outside to Ohtani, 1-2. I mean, it's a wonderful problem for Dave Roberts, but again, when you're playing infrequently, to his credit if he keeps that going, but when you're playing infrequently, it's hard to maintain your swing, especially as a younger player. Pitch down by Tanner. It's 2-2. Most home runs allowed in a game this season by Rockies pitching, with 5 home runs by the Dodgers. Swing and a foul tip held on to by Brett Sullivan, and Ohtani goes down on strikes. And Tanner's struck out 5 in his 3 2/3, but he's allowed the 3 homers and has surrendered 6 of the 12 runs. 2 outs, Alex Call takes low, ball 1. Call has a single and a bases loaded walk on the plus side of his night. Swing and a miss on the next pitch. I mean, much being made, and it was a challenge last year in terms of the amount of innings thrown by the Rockies bullpen. Of course, everybody's bullpen throws more innings now for the most part. It's the nature of how the game is handled. 2-1 on Call. But the Rockies, as Call slices it down the right side, it will drop into the seats. The Rockies, like tonight and so often, even the game Friday night here in the opening game of the series when Zach Agnos went 4 innings, to have it be one guy. Pitch, strike 3 called as Tanner gets another strikeout to end the top of the 9th, but the Dodgers with
new pitcher in the ballgame for the Dodgers, brought to you by Colorado for Responsible Energy Development, developing Colorado's energy, building Colorado's future. Learn more at cred.org. First appearance of the season for the lefty, Jake Eder.
Called up when Edwin Diaz went on the injured list, and Diaz is going to need surgery to remove some loose bodies in his right elbow. Kyle Karros takes ball 1 from the lefty Eder, and low, 2-0. Dodgers for the second straight game with 15 hits, but they didn't have enough of them yesterday in the 9-6 Rockies win. Pitch outside, 3-0. They're up 10 here tonight with 3 outs left. The Rockies have 10 hits themselves. Just haven't been able to get the clutch hits tonight. 2 for 9 with men in scoring position. 3-0 and down 10. You knew Karros would take a strike. Three-one, foul back. Likely that the Rockies for Game 1, bouncing ball towards third, foul ball. For Game 1 tomorrow night with the Padres, that they may go with the opener Chase Dolander approach again, like they used successfully in Houston. 3-2 to Kyle is low, ball 4. So the Rockies get a leadoff walk to start the bottom of the 9th, and their base on balls leader adds to his total. Kyle now with 14 walks on the year.
Something he talked about is that even during batting practice, during soft toss, he doesn't swing if it's not in the strike zone. He really works on his plate discipline.
And outside by Eater to the left-handed hitting Brett Sullivan. The Rockies catcher has singled and twice flied out to center field. And check the swing, and that one missed. 2-0. The Rockies have scored as many as 9 runs in a 9th inning in their history, but they're going to need 10 tonight to keep this one going. They're not holding Karros on, and he runs, and he'll keep on running as Sullivan hits it into center field. Almost the exact same line on that hit as a base hit that Brett had back in the 2nd inning. It almost hit Kyle Karros.
Second hit of the game for Sullivan, and brought up that 9-run comeback for the Rockies in the 9th inning. That was against the Cardinals.
Yep.
Ended up on a walk-off home run. I believe Seth Smith hit it.
That's exactly right.
What do you recall from that night, Jack?
I just remember as it just kept unfolding, and the noise and the possibility just kept growing. I mean, swinging a foul by Jordan Beck, who's had a 3-hit night. You know, the Lodo Magic, as it's been called through the years, and it's a reality of this ballpark. Whether you're the home team or the visiting team, you still feel like you have a shot just because it's so hitter friendly. 0-1 inside to Jordan. They didn't hold Karros on, but now they're holding Sullivan on at first. That's because they're trying to get a 2-for-1 on a ground ball if they can. Jordan a double, 2 singles, and a run scored. Outside, 2 balls and a strike. The last thing for Dave Roberts and Mark Pryor is to have Eater struggle here and have to get another reliever up. And he is struggling. Line shot down the line. Foul. Jordan Beck ripped that one, but foul into the left field corner.
Tell you what, the positive side of things from tonight's game, you get the Rumfield home run, which was good to see, but Jordan Beck already has 3 hits, and the one out he made was smoked, and that time he came within 3 or 4 feet of adding a double to that tally. He's just on the barrel, and it's so good to see because the Rockies would love to have him be a middle-of-the-order type of player for them.
2-2 the count now. Eater, the left-hander, settles in and delivers. And it's hit to right, going back, still going back, call, still going back on the track. He makes the catch. Tagging from third and scoring is Kyle Karros. It's a sacrifice fly for Jordan Beck, his 7th run batted in.
They're playing fairly shallow in right field, and that forced Call to keep sprinting back, and pretty well struck, got out to the warning track. Nice job tracking it down by Call.
Brenton Doyle, RBI double in 4 tries tonight. Pitched low, ball 1. Yeah, and you need to get guys like Doyle and Beck going based upon their track record over the last season plus against left-handed pitching. Up and away to Brenton, it's 2-0. Both those guys, 300 hitters here at Coors Field especially, and in Beck's case, overall last year, hitting 300 against left-handers. Swing and a foul off to the right, 2-1.
And that's why, even with the struggles they've had early in this season, Warren Schaefer against the left-handed starter in Robleski said, yes, you're about 1-2 in my order today.
2-1 pitch, high and away, ball 3.
That's a good bill of confidence as well. Your manager's putting you at the top of the lineup. He believes in you.
And just the approach the Rockies have had, you know, matchups are going to be something they will look at. Swinging a foul away, 3-2, and have the belief that the back of the bubblegum card, if you will, for Brenton or Jordan, some others going to show up against lefties, so got to use them. 3-2 pitch is lined towards right. Call goes back and grabs that one. I tell you what, there have been so many loud outs tonight by the Rockies.
It's hard. As a baseball player, it's a frustrating game at times. You just have to think about the process and know you executed everything you can. That was hit right on the button as well.
Hunter Goodman will try and keep the game alive. Hunter 0 for 4, takes low, ball 1. Has grounded to second, flied to right, flied to left, and last time up called out on strikes. Now they are not holding Sullivan again. Pitch to Hunter, swing and a miss. A ball and a strike. Swing and a drive down the right side. It's going to slice foul. 1-2. It's been interesting, but also maybe more so frustrating that Hunter, breaking ball fouled back by Goodman, has such a disparity in his offensive results when he is DHing and not catching. You can't have him catch every game. You'd wear him out, but he drives this off the end of the bat. Long run for Call, but it's hanging up, and he's going to get there, make the catch, and foul ground along the right field line, and that's the game. The Dodgers gain a split in the series. They beat the Rockies 12-3 here on the KOA Rockies Radio Network.